What's good? What's poppin', everybody? Hope you're having a great day. Welcome to a V Rising video. It's finally here, guys. We finally got our first official dev update for the game. I'm super excited to talk about it today. This game's only been out for a week, but I was already, I was hoping to get a roadmap or some kind of communication from the dev team soon because I really want to see the future of this game. I really believe in it, and I think it's going to be a great game. Before we get fully into this dev update, I just wanted to kind of hush any kind of naysayers. It looks like this team is really dedicated to this game. I know some people were worried because of Battle Right or previous unlocked titles, and maybe that they were just going to kind of get a cash grab. And I can just lay that to rest. That's not happening. These people seem very dedicated to this game. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. All right, so right into this dev update, I'm going to leave a link for in the description below so you can check it out yourself. Here it says, looking up at the night sky of the land of Vardaran, there are no clouds and stars in the moonlight. There is only the flapping of over 1 million pairs of midnight black bat wings filling the sky. The Sunlock team could not have possibly imagined how many of you were out there ready to awaken from your crypts and step into this little world we've created. We put so much love, time, sweat, blood into the experience without knowing it. If you feel what we feel, you did. Tuesday last week announced that 1 million players had bought V Rising, and at the time were completely floored to see more than 150,000 vampires at the same time in our game. Thanks to 1 million vampires, and I have this little thing here saying, and this is just the beginning. So that's really awesome. I mean, that's a crazy amount of 1 million in a $20 early access survival game. It kind of shows the impact this game has already had and what people's perception of it is. So the first week and next steps, the release of V Rising has met with overwhelming support, and we really can't thank you all enough for joining us on this journey, and it will be a journey. Opening in early access is the first step we're taking into the misty road of the game's full release. Many journeys have set path, a road with a clear destination. While we certainly have our goal in mind for V Rising, our path is not all set. We're oiling the axles of our wagon, making sure all the horses are well fed, and making sure that everything is in order before we cast ourselves into the wilds. Our primary focus right now is bug fixes, balance changes, server optimization, and quality of life improvements. The next step will be to analyze all the data and feedback from the first 2 weeks of early access to make sure we can nail the master plan moving forward. We're already working on new material to inject more life into Vardaran, but improving the game is more than just adding more content on top of what we already have. We'll have to improve on the entire journey to make sure V Rising will reach its full potential. For all of you who missed out on the interview with our marketing director, Johan Ilves, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, in the previous dev blog, here are some what he communicated regarding the game updates during early access. Our mission will be to find out what is most important to our players and how to take V Rising to the next level. We currently plan to work on more extensive updates rather than run for frequent smaller patches and minor changes. It's too early to tell when the first bigger V Rising content batch will arrive, as we will give it time to make sure it brings something new to the experience. This will require more patience from you as a fan. Meanwhile, we will do our best to make sure the first content update will be worth waiting for. So right there, they kind of say that they don't know when the first update is going to happen. If I had to guess, it'd probably be about a month or two to get something like the next first smaller update, maybe not the biggest update, but they will be providing something soon. Moving on, mass support V Rising received will not only give us the opportunity to finalize our plans for the game, but will also give us enough time to include some of your darkest dreams of what experience can look like in the full release. We can promise you something very special for 1.0 with time. There will be more weapons to wield, loot to plunder, and sorcery to conjure. There will be more V-Bloods with new challenges, lands to explore, and further ways to enhance your castle to express your vampiric glory. A world that will feel fresh to dive in and sink your teeth into again and again. The vampire's journey is far from over. That's awesome. It sounds like right there, they're pretty much everything in the game, they're just adding more of it. So it's not like we have all the weapons already or all the spells or, all the loot, all the G bloods, all that stuff. They're adding more of all that. Every patch, it almost seems like. So they're going to be adding more and more. So that's really awesome to see. I'm excited. I hope there's some weapons like, maybe a great sword or maybe an actual pair of daggers instead of the slashers that are actually focused on critting and stuff, like a longbow, the muskets that we have that we all, bane of our existence are the musket users, but actually getting to use the muskets. There's a lot of vampiric lore too that can be kind of drawn upon along with the spells that can come out of it. Be blood challenges and stuff. I'm just super excited for that. Right here it says our concept artists are already sketching possible future scenarios in V Rising. So right here, this is kind of a big spoiler, I would say, or like kind of a foreshadowing of what could come. So if you guys know that there's the hollowed mountains that are in the top right of the map right now, and you could see it, but it's all blacked out, you can't get to it and stuff. But at the bottom right, where like Terraclaw and stuff are is like mountainous, kind of snowy. There's that little tiny patch, and this looks like what maybe Hollowed Mountains is going to be. It's going to be a frost snowy map. Looks like a dude, looks like an actual like, humanoid, I should say, with what appears to be some kind of big weapon, along kind of a flowy cape and stuff. So that might be the kind of an indicator of who the first V Blood next, boss might be encountered. And it kind of shows these pillars here, which don't look like anything we've seen in the game. Now these, some people might say these look like copper notes. These are obviously not copper notes. They have a lot more, more orange and black to them. It's more veiny looking. So I'm assuming this might be the next tier of resource we can gather, or maybe it's like kind of the aesthetic to the boss battleground, as you can see here, as there's some more kind of little flags, or can't really tell that much. Yeah, like flags on poles and stuff like that. By the way, this is kind of foreboding that the next map is going to be kind of frost snowing, and some people have already you can kind of fly into there and drop down, and it already is kind of snowy there. But some people were like, maybe that's just a placeholder, maybe they don't know yet. But this is kind of really kind of concreting that the next place is going to be snowy, which is super cool, because I feel like that's a part of like, vampire lore, is that they're kind of, some of them are like in the cold frosted mountains out and hiding and stuff like that. So this is super cool. And then here it says, right now we're taking one step back to be able to leap forward, regrouping so we can move into the next leg of our journey with unshakable intent. These dev updates might not come as frequently at first, but as we'll be taking a moment to refill our blood reserves. After that, we'll be launching onward at full speed to bring you new dark designs for the fall and beyond. The marketing team will continue to report on our progress from the inside the thick walls of the Sunlock dungeon. We really cannot thank you enough for joining us as we step into the future of Vardaran, dressed in our best and ready to carve a bloody path through the future. Now, this is kind of important to talk about here. It says, this sentence says, after that, we'll be launching onward at full speed to bring you new dark designs for the fall and beyond. So here they say fall. As we saw up earlier here, they said they don't know when it says right here, it's too early to tell when the first bigger V Rising content patch will arrive. So to me, that kind of gives me a little bit of a mixed signal. So that, to me, thinks that there's going to be a big one coming before the fall. So maybe instead of introducing the next new biome already in like the first big content patch, maybe they just added some more maybe weapons or some really good quality of life changes. And then maybe in the fall is when we can expect to get the Hollowed Mountains and this kind of concept art and stuff that we can see here. That's probably when it's going to come in the fall. And they say beyond. So they have plans for the future and they already know. I'm super excited for this, guys. I could go on and on about what I think this game can add and vampiric stuff that you can kind of draw into. There's also been some talk and speculation that some people can spawn items right now. If you have some admin tools and stuff on a private server or whatever, you can spawn in items that you can actually get into the game. And if you break it down in the Devour, there's some more stuff called werewolf leather. And at first we thought it was just pristine leather like you get from the werewolves in the game, but it seems like this might not be the case. So maybe the next environment is more werewolf inspired, and so that way maybe we have some more lore and like the kind of iconic battle between vampires and werewolves that you kind of see in some mythology and lore. So maybe that'd be a really cool kind of concept they bring in, and I think that's gonna do it, guys. Like I said, I can keep going on and on, but I want to keep this as short as possible. Kind of want to bring you guys this dev update, my thoughts on it. I'm super excited. I'm glad we got something in the first essential week that the game's been out, a little bit over a week. And I'm just really excited to see what they bring more to it. I'm going to leave a link in the description below again, so go check it out yourself. And if you guys aren't already, they say down here, follow all their social medias and their, Twitter. You can join the Discord server and everything. I found the community to be, for the most part, pretty good and welcoming. There are some naysayers and stuff about the game, saying it's already going to die, or they're worried about the longevity of the game, all these things. Those people are probably going to stop playing the game in the week anyway, so don't really kind of pay them much mind. They are people that kind of they look for the bad, that they want to go in and kind of shit on a game. So with that being said, guys, if you guys did enjoy this, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. It really helps me out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Got a lot of V Rising content coming. I really love this game. And that's going to do it, guys. And until next time, take it easy.